Hey guys, it's your average middle-aged American back again with another reaction video to Switzerland. The most perfect country on the planet, according to this gentleman. His name is Brett Conti. This will be the first video we've done by him. And before we get started, if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button. Doesn't hurt you, helps me quite a bit. I'm not going to beg, but please. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. Let's get on with the video. I am interested. I have not seen this before, so we can learn together and check out beautiful Switzerland.
Switzerland is perfect. From having the cleanest water to the most unbelievable landscapes. Switzerland is a real-life fairy tale. It's constantly at the top of the list for having the country with the highest quality of life, but also the top of the list for the most expensive. On top of all this, Switzerland is a neutral country. They don't pick sides in wars, and they remain peaceful by any means necessary, even if that means they have to.
They don't pick sides in war at all, ever? Does that mean they didn't pick sides in World War II? I know a little bit about World War II. Very, very, very little. I mean, I know a little bit, but not compared to, these people that are war experts. So Switzerland didn't pick sides in World War II at all? Let me know before I Google it. Now I'm interested.
Blow up a bridge. After traveling this magical country for the past week, I wanted to share with you all what traveling the most perfect country on the planet is like.
All right, I gotta look it up. Sorry. I can't just let it go. I should just let it go. My wife tells me to let things go all the time. Maybe you guys can fill me in on this Switzerland neutral during World War II thing. Don't know that I like that so much. I get it. America is aggressive, and America polices the world, and America this, and America that, America military. I get it. But when you got a country trying to take over the world, that's not the time to be neutral. Just saying. All right, enough politics. Let's go on.
Well, hello guys, from the wonderful
Howdy.
land of Switzerland. So for the next week, we're gonna be traveling around Switzerland, and I am so excited. The only one thing that I'm not excited about.
Is that a diesel? Do you guys use a lot of diesel over there? I know Mercedes has a lot of diesel stuff. And I always thought it was crazy when Americans had diesel Mercedes-Benz. There's this luxury car, it's all quiet and smooth, and then it just sounds like a popcorn machine. And diesel's more expensive in America. I don't know if it is in Europe or not. I get it. The engines last forever. That's why they're in trucks. But, between that and torque, obviously. But yeah, the old Mercedes turbo diesels, good grief. Is this a BMW diesel? Or does he just have the microphone like in his pocket? Let me know.
Is how expensive this country is. The beauty really does come with a price. Like this rental car right here was the cheapest rental car that they had, and it is still $180 per day.
It's also a $60,000 car. The cheapest rental car in America is like basically a golf cart with windows. Do you guys have private rental cars? We have a company, I think it's called Turo. I've never used it, but it allows you to rent cars from citizens, civilians, like Airbnb for cars, which is really cool. If you're a tourist, it's okay, but if you want to rent something like a Porsche or Lambo or something like that, you know, just for Ferrari, whatever, for a couple of days, you know, you're not going to get that at your local rent-a-car place. And a lot of guys are doing it. They'll buy, you know, 4 or 5 really nice brand new cars, and then they'll rent them out for like, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9 days a month, and it pays for their car payment. Let me know if you have that. But yeah, I mean, what is that, a 5 Series Beamer? You're not going to get that at your local rental place. So it probably would be 180 a day in America.
So, we have not slept in over 36 hours now, since we flew in from New York City to here to Switzerland, and now we are going to be road tripping for the next couple hours all the way down to Interlaken, where we're going to explore some lakes and some mountains, some valleys, and do all these adventurous activities that Switzerland has to offer. So, starting right now, let the adventure begin. Give me a woo!
Woo woo! I can't do it.
French
Here
fries.
we go! Woo!
Woo!
Quick stop in Luzerne to get some chocolate, Swiss chocolate. Chocolate secured. Going on a Switzerland road trip should be on everyone's bucket list. Every little town that you drive through just feels like an enchanted village. We just made a quick stop in this town called Brienz, and it is just so cool exploring, walking around, seeing restaurants that are almost older than America. Oh, and also supposedly the most beautiful streets in all of Europe. So this street has been voted the most beautiful street in all of Europe. With every street, not only in Brienz, but in all Switzerland, I don't know how they do it, it's just perfect. I've seen so many photos of Switzerland where I just figured that they photoshopped and lightroomed the water to look more turquoise than it actually was. But coming here now to Brienz, I believe this is even the Brienz Lake, where the water is really that blue. Confirming the blue ass water. And we learned that it is from the snow melting from the glaciers, and the minerals from that and on the rocks just come here to the lake and give it this incredible turquoise blue.
Speaking of clean water, Switzerland has the
I'm not gonna lie. It looks like my pool when I don't run the pump enough to filter it. You know, where it's blue but you can't see through it. But yeah, we have water like that all over the Caribbean. It's like that. What is this? This is like a homemade water fountain? It is a beautiful country. It really is. I've only seen one video besides this one, and it was beautiful.
cleanest water on the planet, where you can just drink from these random fountains around the country.
Really good. One of the great things about adventuring around Switzerland is that everywhere you go, you have these fountains with super fresh water. And to make that even better, always have to throw in some liquid IV.
So Liquid IV is a must-have when going on adventures. Each packet is bursting with fresh, natural flavors, and it tastes delicious. This new strawberry hydration multiplier is definitely my favorite. It has more vitamin C than an orange and as much potassium as a banana, helping you stay hydrated and energized in a great tasting way. Also, I highly recommend it as a hangover cure. If you want to try Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier, you can use my code in the description for 25% off their entire site. If you are going on an adventure and need a lot of energy, I do highly recommend Liquid IV, since it is also super delicious.
So far, we've learned one thing about Switzerland, that Ausfahrt means exit. We're gonna be fluent in German in no time. Ausfahrt.
Ausfahrt.
Ausfahrt. Good morning, guys, from the beautiful Interlaken, Switzerland. After our super long travel day yesterday, we made it here at around 10 p.m. and just passed out like a ton of bricks.
But there's nothing like waking up in a new
Wow.
place and just being
Wow.
amazed by all of the incredible sights, especially from your hotel window. And before we do get on with our action-packed day, I did want to show you guys what $300 a night gets you here in Interlaken, Switzerland. Check this out. Yep, that's it.
3 rules of real estate. Location, location, location. There's plenty of hotels in America that are $300 a night that aren't going to give you that view.
So today we are checking off a bucket list item. We are heading to the top of Europe. It is the highest point in the continent where you have to take a 45-minute tram ride all the way to the top, but you do get incredible views like this.
Wow.
And I highly recommend, if you are doing this, grab a Lindt mocha, where it's a cappuccino with a fountain of Lindt chocolate that they put in it. All right, well, we are officially the highest people in all of Europe. Haley, do you feel high?
I am super high right now.
No, honestly, do you feel the altitude?
I feel the altitude. I guess I'm a little used to it now. We've been up here for like 5 minutes. But when we first got up here, it was like a little woozy. Like,
Yeah, I can definitely feel that we are pretty high. I think right now we are about 11,000 feet. So we are able to just
Wow.
overlook all of the Alps and get these incredible views of the top
2
of the mountains
miles.
of Switzerland. So next up,
They're 2 miles high.
we're heading to the Ice Palace. I believe we go inside of a glacier just into freezing ice cold rock. We definitely did not dress properly for this. We are just in a little sweater. Haley has this super thin cardigan on. And we're about to freeze. It's probably 0 degrees Celsius right now. This is literally ice right here. It's so cold. This is so cool though. Literally so cool.
Haley, I got 100 Swiss franc if you lick it.
100 Swiss franc.
Let's see.
Pinky promise.
Hopefully your tongue doesn't get stuck to it.
Stop.
Like in that movie.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid. A great movie. If you haven't seen A Christmas Story, you gotta watch it. Great, great movie.
Are you serious? Imagine. Starting to feel a little claustrophobic. Oh my gosh. This is insane. Wow. Hey, Haley. Haley, we're not gonna let you do this. Oh! At least you hit me. The first one she threw off camera, she hit the woman behind me.
Nice.
She doesn't have that good of aim.
You moved.
Americans, right?
So now I wanted to show you guys what a dinner out here in Switzerland can cost you. So we came here tonight to the top of the Met, which haven't tried the food yet, but these views are just miraculous. This whole entire country just looks like
Wow.
one giant amusement park. We have the church bells going right now, there's trains
Wow.
going around, everything. Views are just miraculous. This whole entire country just looks like one giant amusement park. We have the
All right, stupid question. Is somebody mowing this grass, or is this just the way it grows? If you know, let me know. It's trademarked. I mean, it's got to be just natural, right? I mean, nobody's out there with a lawnmower, right? Let me know.
The church bell's going right now. There's trains going around. Everything is just picture perfect. But now we're gonna see what we get here for dinner. Haley made us get the cheese fondue, so hopefully this is gonna be worth it. I think it's like 65 bucks, so better be good. Or I'm coming for you, Haley.
I don't know if the whole video is going to be about money or not, but you go to a fondue restaurant in America, you're going to pay $65. I mean, that's not silly. I mean, I went out to eat to a seafood restaurant, an average seafood restaurant, and it was over $100 with drinks for two of us. So yeah, I mean, it's not crazy anymore. Not in today's world.
So cheese fondue, for the first time ever having it, that was pretty darn delicious. Haley, with food, you never steer me wrong.
I don't.
But with my wallet, sometimes yes. So the total meal for the two of us, with just getting one cheese fondue and a couple glasses of wine, came out to around 120 USD. But surprisingly, wine, as I guess in Europe, is a lot cheaper than in America. Was only about $5 a glass. So it's just that cheese fondue that really did us dirty like that. I'd still say totally worth it though. It was something to do.
Totally worth
It was an experience.
And it was delicious.
It was.
Like, it really was.
It really was. Good call.
You're welcome.
After looking up why Switzerland is so expensive, I learned how the average salary in the country is nearly $125,000, with also having the highest minimum wage of $25 per hour. On top of all this, anything...
Hey, everybody gets, I shouldn't say everybody, a lot of people get this mixed up here. A country's economics is a ratio of pay to expenses, of income to expenses. So to say that the average person in Switzerland makes $125,000, the average person in America makes $106,000. And before you start type, and I'm out of my mind, and everybody's poor and living on the street and everything else. No. The average, let me rephrase that. The average household income is $106,000. So whether it's a single person or a couple, one could work, they could both work, whatever. The average is 106, but the median is 75. So obviously a big difference between median and average. But things are cheaper in America than they are in Switzerland, apparently. And just like England, the median household income in the UK is 36, 37, 38,000 pounds, which is like $45,000, which is almost half of America. But, you know, their groceries are cheaper. Fuel's not, but their groceries are. Healthcare is, etc. So the only way to compare things like this is if you are lucky enough to have an American job and live in England, or unlucky enough to have an American job and live in Switzerland, you know, something like that. But if you live and work in the same country, it all kind of averages out for the most part. I mean, I guess he's just trying to explain why everything's so expensive, but it's not. If you look at ratio to income, depending on what their taxes are. I don't know what their taxes are. Like in England, you know, in the UK, if you make above median income, you're going to pay a ton of taxes. But if you make below median income, You're going to get free health care, and, pay a lot less in taxes. So it all kind of balances out. It just depends on what's best for you.
From Switzerland, you can guarantee it will be top of the line quality. Whether it's food or watches or trains, the Swiss are magicians when it comes to engineering.
Swiss.
Guten Morgen from Grindelwald,
Swiss.
Switzerland. Today we have another very
That's no lie. When it comes, I'm big into horology or watches, whatever you want to call it. And it is amazing how, like, when you think of Kleenex, you think of, a tissue. When you think of Xerox, you think of a copy, from a copy machine. And it's the same thing with the Swiss. It's like when you think of precision, when you think of watches, if you're into watches, then you think of Swiss. Yes, there are some amazing German, precision watches. There's some amazing Japanese watches, Grand Seiko, for example. But when you think of watches, perfection, you think of Swiss, which is really just amazing, because if you really think about it, with 200 countries out there, why are there literally 2 or 3 countries that you can think of for making high quality watches? And if they put that much effort into everything, I mean, it's got to be an amazing place.
exciting action-packed day where we are taking the tram back up to a different mountain and then going to be Trotti biking down. It's kind of like these crazy little tricycles that we're literally going to be taking down the mountain. I don't know how, but we're going to figure it out soon.
Now, to get down the mountain, there are 3 stages, with the first being flying.
So now for the first part of the way down, we're gonna be flying.
I like
This is insane.
I like how it has feathers and everything, or at least emulates feathers. Yeah, that's not me. My wife would do that. And I guess somebody could fly me down to wherever she's going to end up, but not on that thing. Wow.
Are you nervous? Yes. Yeah? Oh my gosh.
It's pretty cool. All right, I'd probably do the flying thing, but maybe if they had a version where I could just sit down instead of having my fat butt, laid out. This I would do. If it could support me, I would do this. This is cool.
Guys, the Swiss do not mess around.
That's
I thought
cool.
it was going to be kind of this rinky-dink little bike that you wouldn't be able to go too fast on. But boy, was I wrong. We were flying down the mountain. It is so hard to brake. You're going so fast. Also, you're going through these clouds where you can possibly fall off the side of the mountain. Luckily, both of us are still alive and now celebrating
With some Swiss beer.
Some traditional Swiss mixed with Sprite, which I've never heard before.
I've never heard of this either, but Haley's not a big beer drinker, so they recommended her to get a beer mixed with Sprite. Never heard of it?
It's not bad.
Not bad. I mean, you really have a sweet tooth.
That makes sense to me. Either that or just maybe club soda where it doesn't have any flavor. That makes perfect sense. You get a little bit of the flavor from the beer without it being so heavy or whatever. I don't drink much beer. I don't drink any beer. Not a beer drinker. My wife does, though. She would drink all that. But yeah, I mean, other than the lemon lime part of the Sprite, I would think just club soda would probably be good to get the flavor without being heavy and too much alcohol.
So I feel like this is perfect for you.
I can't tell if it's Sprite or beers.
Let me take a sip.
Tastes like both in one drink.
Whoa.
This is better beer.
Wow, that's actually really good. I thought it would taste funky, but not a bad combination.
How?
So we made it safely down the mountain. Even though the roads were soaking wet and we were going through the clouds, it really did just add to our adventure. But we're back safely in Grindelwald, and also had to make a quick stop at Coffee Carts, but they got a coffee vending machine. Switzerland really is ahead of the game. Got a cappuccino, it's like $8. Ah, some pretty good coffee. So you guys saw what $300 a night gets you in Interlaken, but now we are just a couple miles away in a town called Lauterbrunnen, which is much smaller and also much cheaper. So when I was trying to find one of the cheap,
I understand that, you know, a lot of buildings, most buildings in Europe are going to be hundreds and hundreds of years old. And I get it that they've kind of been refurbished to, you know, for electricity and that kind of thing. But does like a normal hotel room like this, does it have its own bathroom? Or did they only make like, you know, they just put a, you know, a large bathroom at the end of the hall or something where, you know, they just took one of the rooms and converted it into a bathroom for the floor? How does that work? Because I would imagine it would have been very difficult to plumb out everything everywhere for every room. Or am I just crazy? I mean, do they just tear down the insides of everything and then just build it the way they want, you know, keeping the exterior? Or is it kind of half and half? Or let me know. Just curious.
Cheaper hotels, this is what we got. We had no idea that we would have this balcony, and
I mean, how insane is that? I've been in some pretty crappy hotels for $150 a night, and they didn't have that view.
what we got. We had no idea that we would.
Look at that. I mean, seriously, just look at that. That doesn't even look real. And the scale, I mean, the scale of that you know, the backdrop. It's crazy. You look at those tiny little houses over there compared to those mountains. It's amazing.
We would have this balcony and this incredible view of the waterfall. So I guess there are some deals out there in Switzerland. Hard to find. Had to book this hotel last night, but you know, they're out there. Switzerland really is just like one giant amusement park. Today we skipped the coffees and are getting a shot of life espresso, since we're going to be propelling off of a cliff into a canyon and then going to be canyoning around all of the Swiss mountains. And yeah, we got the wetsuits on since it is pretty darn chilly up here. A little afraid of how cold this water may be. Let's do this. Also wanted to give a huge shout out to Outdoor Interlaken for help making this trip so memorable. Very memorable for this one, since she is not looking forward to this cold.
We're suited up like we're like diving into Antarctica.
So this is what we're gonna be propelling down. 150 feet.
Nope.
Straight down. And luckily,
Nope.
Haley's going first to test it out.
We need someone to test the rope, you know?
Yeah, she's always makes for a great stunt dummy. That's gonna be you. Just like that.
well, we have to do that because I am going to film her with the camera and then leave it in the car, and then we'll pick it up at the end of our adventure.
But yeah, also makes for a great excuse to have Haley go first. You got this.
Let's go.
I do feel really bad making her go first, but oh well. Good luck, Haley. Look at that!
High five, buddy.
Let's do it!
Good. Alright, nice work. Jump. Yeah, nice.
Wow, that was incredible.
Get on me.
Yes!
Whoa. Yeah, I'm not that adventurous. I mean, I've propelled down stuff, you know, SWAT training or whatever, but you know, I'm not going to just slide down rocks and, you know, you hit the wrong edge of the wrong thing, you cut your whole spine open. No, I'm kidding. No. I didn't go to SWAT training. See, I'm all about, it's good. It's good that the young folk, it's good that young folk have their fun. All I can think about is the hospital. Look how beautiful that is. It's amazing.
We are going to be running off a mountain and paragliding all the way down. Haley, how you feeling about this one?
I don't know, I'm watching this guy land.
Haley's just been watching for the past 5 minutes. Quietly.
She ate it.
She ate it. That's gonna be you.
I'm not gonna land nicely.
Are you nervous at all?
I don't know. I think I'll be fine. I know when I get up there, I'm gonna be backing out. When he's like, all right, run off the cliff.
I am not letting you, even if I have to throw you off that mountain, Haley. We are just in this random backyard where we're gonna be running down this mountain and hopefully be flying away. Haley is ready. No, she's not. She tried backing out in the van, and then right now she's like a little scared.
A little? Like how far down do you have to run?
Just don't trip.
If I trip, you're coming back to get me.
All right, we're about to get harnessed up and fly away. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Let's do this. Let's go! Woo-hoo!
Oh.
God! Go look at that tree! That was amazing. What'd you think? Are you glad you did it? You liked it?
Yeah. Did you watch me flipping in the air? I was.
After traveling Switzerland for the week, I would still concur that this country is near
Wow.
perfect. From the adventures to the landscapes, this place looks straight out of a Disney movie. If you guys did enjoy watching this, then make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we will see you.
Well, there you go. It's our first video from that couple. And they are adventurous. I'll give them that. What a beautiful, beautiful country. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful countries in Europe. I really, Germany really still kind of has my soft spot, but I don't know. Switzerland's looking pretty nice. Of course, I still have Italy to look at, but it's pretty amazing. You guys could only go to one country. No, let me change that. If you inherited the median household income of any country in Europe to live in that country. In other words, expenses don't really matter because it's relative to what your income is. So if you had only one country to live in besides the country you already live in Europe, you had no additional income other than the median household income of that country, where would you live? Put some thought into it. Don't just jot down some country. Country you don't live in, median household income, where would you live? Let me know. It's all part of my quest to gain as much knowledge as possible about Europe and places other than America. All right, if you're new to my channel, it's anything and everything that interests me as an average middle-aged American. That includes international travel, learning about other countries, other cultures, learning more about my own country, America, finding out what other people think about America, and anything else that interests me. Watches, cars, retirement, home improvements, finances, you name it. If it interests me, it's going to be in my channel. It's going to be highly organized under playlists. And as always, I do appreciate you. And I will see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. And a thumbs up. Take care.